In the competitive realm of hip-hop, claiming the top spot involves more than just statistics. It hinges on charisma, pressure, and public perception. Currently, Drake, one of the genre's most prominent figures, appears to be faltering. Following Kendrick Lamar's harsh diss tracks, the polished image of Drake's empire has begun to show signs of wear, and these signs extend beyond just lyrics. They touch on psychological, cultural, and personal aspects. Hello everyone, welcome to Celebrity Trendy News. Please don't forget to subscribe and comment your thoughts about the video. I hope to see you in our next celebrity trend. Something feels off. He released a song last week, and it barely registered with anyone. There was no buzz, no headlines, and not even the usual influx of reaction videos. For an artist of Drake's stature, this kind of silence speaks volumes. It's more than just a drop in attention. It's a red flag. It suggests a shift, a decline, or potentially a complete breakdown. Is Drake in a downward spiral? Or are we witnessing a public midlife crisis? Let's be honest. From painted nails to awkward interviews and desperate attempts at using AI, his recent actions seem less like a reinvention and more like a desperate grasp for relevance, youth, and control. The public is starting to see through it all. The jokes are landing harder than his punchlines, and the criticism cuts deeper than his lyrics. Kendrick didn't just take shots. He revealed a vulnerability that Drake has been trying to hide for years. Historically, Drake built his career on being emotionally relatable. He made sensitivity fashionable in rap. He delivered ballads, anthems, hits, and memorable quotes. But now, the emotional richness seems to be fading. The artist who once gave us Marvin's Room is now recycling lines over uninspired beats. His latest album, a bloated assortment of tracks that barely connect. One standout verse in 8 a.m. in Charlotte isn't enough to redeem 23 tracks of confusion. And let's not kid ourselves, J. Cole outshined him on their collaboration. That wasn't just a superior verse, it was a significant moment. Cole reminded everyone what true hunger sounds like, while Drake came off as someone trying to care but falling short. Consider the optics. He's spending more time on vacation than in the studio, mingling with influencers, carving hearts into his hairline, and showcasing oversized boots on Instagram. This isn't progress, it's a step back. Drake used to shape culture, now he's merely responding to it. He's chasing trends instead of setting them, dressing like the younger generation that once emulated him. In this trade-off, he seems to have lost the essence that made him a standout. Drake isn't just up against Kendrick, he's also competing with his own legacy, the version of himself that once defined a decade in music. That's a formidable challenge. The fans who grew up with him, the ones who connected with Take Care, celebrated Nothing Was the Same, and replayed If You're Reading This until their screens cracked, are older now too. They're not buying into the antics anymore. They're seeking depth, growth, and reflection, all the qualities that Kendrick's diss tracks have brought to light. That's the crux of the matter. Kendrick didn't merely insult Drake, he analyzed him. He dismantled the facade and questioned his genuineness. The audience didn't just hear him, they resonated with it. This isn't due to a lack of talent on Drake's part, he still possesses it. However, at some point, he lost his authenticity. He began to adopt a persona, and now that facade is starting to crumble. This situation transcends music, it's about identity. It's about a man who has spent 10 years building a legacy, now grappling with what that legacy signifies. Drake's recent actions, both online and offline, suggest someone who is uncertain about his future. He seems troubled by the thought that his peak may be behind him. Instead of confronting this reality, he's evading it, trying to appear younger, acting out, sharing memes, and engaging in feuds he can't resolve. But here's the catch, it's not too late. Not yet. Drake still has the chance to change this narrative and reclaim his position. However, it can't be through gimmicks, AI-generated disses, or viral stunts. It needs to come from a genuine place. He must stop chasing fleeting moments and start creating meaningful ones again. He should strip everything down, embrace vulnerability, and reconnect with the honesty that initially elevated him. Picture a Drake album produced by 40 and Alchemist. No fluff, no distractions, just authentic lyrics, mature themes, and real stories. Something timeless, something classic, something that doesn't just top charts but makes an impact. That's the version of Drake his fans are eager for. Not the one feuding with social media or chasing TikTok trends, but the one who once turned heartbreak into art, the one who could diss you and evoke tears. The reality is that hip-hop doesn't need more trend followers. It needs leaders and icons. For a long time, Drake embodied both roles, but now his reign feels precarious. The throne isn't assured, and with every strategic move Kendrick makes, every verse that strikes deeper, Drake appears more like a man teetering on the edge of his legacy rather than commanding it. So what lies ahead? A resurgence? A downfall? Or a complete transformation? Only Drake knows for sure. But one thing is evident: he stands at a crossroads. The choice he makes next will not only shape the next chapter of his career, but could also determine how history remembers him. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.